in the workplace. Managing Director of the Independent Institute of Education's Rosebank College, Dr. Meyer, says workplace stress is more than just fleeting moments of anxiety. It's a continuous strain that can debilitate our productivity, creativity, and well-being. She joins us now to elaborate on this. Dr. Meyer, thank you for making time for us. So, workplace, I mean, most of the workplaces today come with all sorts of challenges. It's not just the crazy deadlines, the mounting workload, but you're also dealing with office politics. So it's difficult to maintain that work-life balance. And I guess quitting is not an option, not under these tough economic times.
Absolutely. We see that people really are being subjected to new forms of stress in the workplace that really is resulting in this prolonged tension that they're subjected to. And this, unfortunately, if not managed correctly, leads to burnout. And we can see that many people are emotional, they're emotionally detached, they have emotional outbursts, and this really has a negative impact on the workplace as a whole.
How do I know I'm dealing with workplace stress? What are the signs to look out for?
Well, first of all, if you're not coping with the amount of work that is on your plate, that's the first sign that you need to realize. When you're working long hours, when you're completely disconnected from what it is that you want to be doing, and certainly if you are in crowded spaces and it's irritating you, or you're feeling isolated or alone, because many of us have not returned to work after COVID, and this has had detrimental psychological effects on particular individuals. So you need to take stock of where you are and whether you, in effect, if you ask yourself the question, are you happy or are you absolutely distressed with your life and not seeing the value that you're contributing in your workplace?
What happens when this stress develops into burnout?
Well, what happens is that you obviously are going to see physical manifestations. So you'll feel exhausted all the time. You'll feel that no matter how hard you work, that you're not being productive. Your sleep will be impacted. Your psychological well-being will be impacted. Your sense of worth. So really around your physical and your emotional state of health, that will be detrimentally impacted. And often you'll feel trapped and defeated and cynical, just not happy with what it is that you're doing, and your work overall will be detrimentally impacted.
So what can people do then to manage the stress in the workplace?
Well, Clement, this is no magic bullet. It's the same old things around getting organized, setting boundaries, making sure that you are physically and psychologically taking care of yourself, that you're eating healthily, that you're getting enough sleep. And obviously important that you keep your brain cognitively engaged, that you're studying something new every day so that your brain has something new to look forward to. And get moving. It's that triangle, as we said, balanced diet, sufficient rests, and making sure that you eat healthily and that your life is balanced. It doesn't mean that when you're in senior or executive roles that you shouldn't work long hours, but the wraparound support that you provide to yourself is critical. Otherwise, it won't just impact on your workplace, it will impact on your family.
Okay, so what is it that companies can do, though? So we're hearing from you what we can do as individuals, but what can employers do to support employees in providing that work-life balance?
So many workplaces have employee wellness programs, and they have call centers available that provide psychological care. But what workplaces need to do is to also be pragmatic around the workload that individuals can cope with. And when they see these things manifesting, when they see that people are quiet quitting, or that people are off sick all the time, or that somebody is having emotional outbursts, that they take stock around making sure that those individuals are supported, and also to relook at the workload and their own expectations that they're placing on individuals and teams around it's often around the profit motive, but also around making sure that outcomes are realistic, that they're not placing unnecessary pressure on individuals where profit at all cost is really what is driving a particular business.
Yeah. Dr. Meyer, thank you for making time for us.